in the previous version, which we're looking at now, the player, which I'm going to show in a second, right now it's cloaked, can see the robots if there's a line of sight, and right now it'll just face them, and freeze. There's the player there. See, it saw them, it froze, it faces them, and that's it. So that was part 12, and the files for this are at the bottom. Oh, one major thing is that it was refactored. So now there's 4 files, the HTML file and 3 JavaScript files, and you can get all the files at this link. And now for this part, we have added the ability for the player to not only see the robots, but also fire on them. So the robots cannot yet fire because I'm trying to give the player as much advantage as possible. That's why we have the different parts in the series. Eventually, though, once I believe the players, has a chance, then we'll give the robots the ability to fire on the player. If the player gets stuck, it cloaks. There we go. And there we go, and it'll appear somewhere. There it is. So now let's give it firing mode. I'm going to start doing something different with these videos to make them shorter because it's getting more complicated. And if you've been following along, you already know pretty much the entire process. And it's just a matter of learning how to prompt, reviewing the code, not accepting something that it doesn't look right, arguing with the AI tool. So I'll finish off by just showing you a file difference between 12 and 13. This is mostly the presentation plus the mains JavaScript. As you can tell, between 12 on the left and 13 on the right, we added the fire button for 13. Let's see what else we have. We have fire mode, which we didn't have before. What else we got? Fire button. So everything looks like everything related to, these are just comments on the left, no big deal. Everything related to giving the ability to fire on the robots. The other major change was to the player functions file, which makes sense, right? Since the player is the one that's firing on the robots. So we have 12 on the left, no fire mechanism, 13 on the right. But the main thing in use is the fire. So anyway, you can do that on your own, and I'm going to link in the comment for this video number 13 all of the link to the files, and you at your own leisure can do file comparisons between 12 and 13. So you can do this on your own. You have the files, which means you can just run this and see how it works. You have these files, you can run this and see how it works. And if you want to learn, you can just start with 12. You know where you want to get to, but don't do a file compare. Actually learn to use ChatGPT based on where you are and where you want to go, and try to see if prompting ChatGPT will eventually get you to this version, even if the file code isn't exactly the same. Okay, so that's it for this video. Remember that from now on, I'm going to try to remember in the first comment, you will see the links to the files for each video.